Dearly beloved, welcome.
Is it church?
Dearly beloved. That is the name I want to be calling my friends on YouTube and then on the other social media platforms. You two are beloved.
Thank
Hi,
you.
welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is literally the first video officially, and I'm here with my amazing, superb neighbor. Became or become?
I don't know.
Neighbor that turned to friend, that
Neighbor
turned to sister.
turned to sister.
So we are going to be talking about 2023. Yes, I was about to say the first half of the year, like the experience so far and all of that. And what actually inspired this video was entering 2023. I had a lot of goals, like I want to do this, I want to change career, not like change career, like up my games, like I wanted to move into tech fully. But I realized that a lot of things happened and I just got, I'm not going to say I got distracted, more like I got tired. Like I'm like, see, if there's life, let's just thank God for life. And let me just, but I entered into July and then I had this whole don't give up kind of moments. Don't give up, don't be tired. When you are not there yet does not mean you won't be there. So I'm like, okay. So I just want to learn. I want to hear from Insika. Her name is, okay, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm happy to be the first guest on this channel. My name is Nsikan, and as Dami has said, I'm her neighbor turned sister turned friend. So yes, that's me.
Yeah, so I want to just hear from you. How has 2023 been so far?
Man, and like I started this year on a very high note, like really high, but towards, let's say, the last days of the first half of the year, like almost I reached last days now
of June.
of exactly, like in between, like I got to ground zero. Like I felt like the things that happened just made me feel so hopeless. I didn't achieve a lot of things I had set out to do, and I just found myself like just sleeping.
But you don't look it now. I see you're looking so glossy.
Glory.
You're looking so glossy and fine. I don't understand all this.
Thank you, please. It's the goodness of God.
See,
we don't look like what we've been through. So.
That is true, actually. Like, but I want to. Yeah, you've talked about the bad parts, like, but I don't want to believe that from January to June was entirely bad. I believe there were moments that you're like, oh, you saw God, like God came try. Like, I want to. How? Okay, let me even start from this. How were you able to pull through the low moment? You mentioned that it was you were sleeping because you were not, you were feeling down and all of that. But you're still here, you're looking so fine, and you're not even looking like you've had moments like that. So how were you able to, how did it go?
Anyways, for me, one of the goals I set out like strongly and like I pursued this year was drawing closer to God. So even as like how turbulent the year has been so far, it's like I told you earlier when we had a private discussion, like what I have really learned from the first half of the year is that God is not just a God that provides, and he's not just a God that he's very intentional. So even when you're like, I'm down, how will this thing happen? Sometimes he makes provisions and you can see that like God has gone like maybe 100 steps ahead of you. Sometimes he gives you something that you didn't even know you needed. So for me, it's just been God, to be honest. In fact, if I didn't have that God factor in my life, I don't know where I would have been. So
that is the flex.
That's why we are glowing.
That is the biggest flex, honestly. Like God. God has actually been good, and you mentioned intentional. I remember from my own end, I'm thankful that for that intentionality. Like there's a way God just goes ahead and it gives you what you think it makes preparation for you, and then it
Exactly.
sets things that you don't even know that you are going to need this thing. But it's like you're even fighting it that I don't think I need this thing. But when that moment comes, when that time comes, you're like, what? I've been missing out on this thing. Like, I actually needed this thing. Why did I not see it? Like, why did it not occur to me that I need this thing? So, I had moments like that in the first half of the year. I remember the testimony that I just said about my job. That intentionality, God is just being, is so intentional in the good times, in the bad times. Sometimes bad things are happening. We don't understand why they're happening.
True.
You're like, why am I in this bad situation?
Yes. It's
Eventually,
bad for us, but it's actually not bad for God.
and even
Because the Bible says all things work together. So whether you think it's bad or good, it always comes out for good for you. So no matter, and one thing I've also learned, especially from situations like yours, is that in anything we do, we have to seek to know God's will. Because whether you think it's bad or you think it's good, once you understand what his will is, why he allowed that thing to happen, I think you now have the peace which surpasses all understanding. So yeah,
she has dropped the Rema. It's bad for you, but it's not bad for God. Like, and God is a good father.
Exactly.
So see,
the sweetest of them all.
One of the things that actually got me worked up in the first half of the year was the whole I just wanted to up my games. Like, I wanted to change status. When you're in a particular status for a while, even if you're not counting it, like, society will be they'll be monitoring you that wait, Shebi, you are working, Abi, are you not working? I'm working. So what's up now?
Shouldn't you be driving, like, or shouldn't you be married,
like, so many pressures
or something
from here, from there. So many. You'll be like, no, I'm not, nobody, nothing can pressure me. I'm not going, nobody can put me under unnecessary that. But before you just know it, is like it has a way of creeping in. I don't know how the Holy Spirit did it, honestly, but the Holy Spirit has actually even helped me. But I'm not going to say I don't totally know, because I got to this point of just surrendering. Like, I'm like, I just surrendered. I submitted my desires. I would tell him that, see, this is my desire, these are my goals, these are what I want, but I'm not going to allow these things to overwhelm me. So I just keep submitting it. Like, the testimony now is that like right now, I have peace. Those desires are still there, but when I'm even talking to God, I'm talking to God regarding it from a place of gratitude, from a place of thankfulness. Like, I'm not talking to God I'm not desperate. There's no desperation. There's no
to-do list.
There's
God,
no
Dami must marry by October.
There's no restlessness that there's no there's a way you can be talking to God and you have this hope, you are panicking that God, do this now. But when I'm just praying from this whole point of being thankful and being grateful. So, and even the external pressure self, like, I'm not going to say I'm handling it well, but I'm actually handling it well, because they are still coming. But there's no way I could have been handling it well on my own if I've not gotten to that point of submitting and surrendering to God, and God has actually even helped in that regard, honestly. So one thing I learned so many things. I got so many things from the first half of the year. One thing is that be very, very diligent with your finances. Like, be very, very, how would I even put it? Just know who to borrow money to. Like, people will literally think that that girl has money, the babe has money. That is people's view. They think so. People will push it to you. They will want to put you in situations whereby you lend money and then they don't want to pay back. Be very careful. I mean, I'm like, are we if somebody's money is with me, I'm thinking like maybe I buy something and then I need to pay. Not like maybe I bought. The person, okay, it's okay now, don't worry, you can buy on credit. I'm like, no, I don't want to buy on. I don't like owing. I don't want to owe you. Or please, can you help me to do this transfer? Let me pay you back. I have that consciousness that I need to pay this money back, but my own money will not be in the hands of somebody, and the person is holding on to it. It just made me realize that people will not. They don't care. True. Some people don't care. So if you know that you are not ready to be very, very to play them, you know, the way they want to play you. If you are not ready to
Yes.
play them that way, just keep your money. And if you know you are not ready to let go of the money, don't borrow money. Don't.
Yeah.
That is just one thing that I learned. Like, I think I had one experience in the first half of the year that I didn't really like, and I'm like, if this money is in my hand in this Nigeria that we are now, I know what I'll be doing with this money. Even if it's to be taking parfait every day, I know what I'll be doing with this money. But it is what it is.
Yes, talking about that, people relationship is hard. I've come to the conclusion that a lot or most human beings are really self-centered, selfish. Like they would play you silly if you allow. So you have to also deal with people with remember we're going through one book, and like where you say, God, oh, if you want me to do this, let this thing happen. So sometimes we assume a lot of things that are something that this thing is good means it's from God. My dear, not all doors that are
Exactly.
opened, some are prison doors. So you just have to be like apply wisdom. So that's one of the things I really learned. Like God taught me that lesson the hard way. So
What are you thankful
sometimes
for?
I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful, like really, really thankful for my family. I mean, like sometimes when I count my blessings, I count them extra, extra because
Your
I
immediate
don't, my
family.
immediate family. I'm thankful for my neighbors. God really planted me in a good place. I mean, there are some weeks that these guys feed me and I don't even boil water.
Why are you saying all this thing?
You have to be open.
She's a rich kid though.
I'm rich kid.
I don't know what she's talking
It's
about.
not that I'm poor, but like God just like I feel like God
Whenever she does
planted
not
me.
feel like cooking.
Yeah, God just planted me here. Like I'm really, really thankful for the people that I've met so far. I'm thankful for quite a number of things. So I feel like one thing I learned is not to look at the big picture, but the small things. That's what adds up. So as human beings, we are quick to just overlook the very, very little things. We have little tiny miracles happening every day. So that's something we need to pay attention to.
You're not thankful for your crafts.
I'm thankful for a lot of things. Maybe
You
I
did not
said
mention.
this.
You're just saying
Oh,
so many things, so many things. You're not thankful for the love of your life. You're not
the
thankful
love
for
of
the
my
family,
life.
for your crafts.
I'm
You're not thankful for
thankful.
your business. You're not thankful for for your studies.
Maybe I
You
said
just
I'm
finished.
thankful for a lot of things. The things I mentioned, like they are the topmost. If
The love of your life, Uncle.
I'm thankful for the love of my life. Wherever he is, I pray for him. So I hope he's also chasing God because I'm not in the mood of praying for, like, you have to pray over me. Okay, we'll pray over each other, but please let it not be one-sided. So, Abby, the love of my life, I hope you're praying. Ah.
I don't understand.
You don't
like,
understand.
He's a fireman.
Yeah, I hope you're chasing God though.
What is your what is your deal breaker like in relationship?
Don't know. Have I really thought about it?
What is
I feel like someone that lies can do anything. So if you tell a lie, you're off. The, it doesn't even depend on the lie. Like if I feel like there should be a level
can't
of
overlook
trust.
you
I
can't
can't
overlook
overlook
any
a
lie.
Yes.
Even if the
To
lie was to
protect me.
protect
What
you
kind
or
of protection?
at
that
that
is
instant it does not want you to feel bad or it's trying
that's
to
my
just
decision
cover.
to make. If you did something wrong and you feel like
What if
telling
it
a
tells
lie,
you? What if it tells you before you discover that he lied? What if it? Oh, babe, see, I actually lied about that thing the other time. It tells you
maybe if
before you
he's
now cut him.
honest. I didn't say like if you lie, it's just lying is just something that is unacceptable in a relationship that I am in. I don't like it. I beg. It's good we tell each other the truth. Let the person decide on what to do because some people are like, oh, I lied to protect you. I mean, if you were going to protect me, you shouldn't have done what, because whatsoever it is that you're lying about must be really, really terrible for you to think that lying is the best way of protecting me. So for me, I feel like that's a deal breaker. There are a lot of things too, but if you can lie, almost there's nothing. My mom will always say someone that steals is a prostitute, is a liar, is a this, is a. So I feel like there are some things or some attributes or some characters that once you have this, then by extension, someone that lies is likely to cheat. because of course they will like
Mine,
to cover up.
mine is if you are lazy and you are not ambitious, so you are just.
What if the person lies about being ambitious?
It's something that is actually is visible now. You can see it, right? If somebody is lazy, you cannot hide it for too long. Or somebody, I can't stand it, like, because I feel like a guy should be, whatsoever you are doing, your hand should be, you should be doing it very well. You should be doing it very well, and it should be obvious to me.
That
It
you're
should be
doing
obvious to the
something.
eyes that yes, not that me, I'm thinking about doing this, doing that, and then you are just there. You are just okay. I don't like people that are just okay with, they are just, should I just say they are just okay. They don't want to push themselves. So,
The truth of the matter is,
The
for
guy-
me, I don't feel everybody has that. I'm going to push. I must get this. I must get that. But at least have something doing.
Yeah.
Do not be lazy. Be able to feed yourself and feed
not like
whichever family you're going to have in the future. But it's not everybody that may be that ambitious. But so
I'm
far
not-
as the person has something
and
to
it's,
do.
let me rephrase. Like, don't be lazy. I can't stand laziness.
So they are lazy guys.
They are lazy guys
They are
that
lazy
no,
guys.
they are lazy guys. Don't be lazy, please. Like, I can't stand it.
Feel like
Because
we are going to cut this part of the video.
why?
It was not part of the gist.
So that is just it. So maybe laziness, that is my deal breaker. So let's wrap up. Yes, wrap up. I'm thankful for life too. I'm thankful for my family. Honestly, one of the things on my vision board this year was to be closer to my family, to call people the more, to receive calls, to talk to my family more. And I think I've done that well. I've tried. So thankful for my job. I'm thankful for good friends, amazing friends, honestly, that when you talk to them about upping your games and they put it on their heads, they're like, yes, what do you need? Do you need this? What course do you need to do? What do you need to do? I'm available to
They
help you.
push.
I'm so thankful for those friends. Like, no, I can't start mentioning names now. Maybe later I'll mention names. Like, I'm going to talk about some amazing people that really helped me.
I hope
that
I'm in
helped
that
my
list
growth.
though.
How many courses have you told me to go and
I
do?
beg, is it all about cost? It'll be
Many
fine.
things. So thank you guys for staying. If you stayed to this very, very moment that we are finishing this very first episode of this, if you stayed to this very moment, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for staying to this very moment. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. So what do they always say?
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share,
And
subscribe. I was telling my friend that I'm going to tell them that we are interested. No, I said if you feel like I can't remember the word. I said no. Why would I say that? I should say please kindly.
Yeah.
So I'm imploring you. Don't just come and
also
go.
leave your comments
Like,
on how
subscribe.
the year has been.
Click on the notification button so you can get notified when I post new videos. It's going to be fun. I promise you. See better than this. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. I'm learning French. Merci beaucoup.